You're at the Coaching Inn, 3D Coaching's virtual pub, where we enjoy conversations with people who are engaged in the world of coaching.
Hello, I'm Emma Childs and I'm delighted to have been invited to be this month's guest blogger. Like millions of others, I became a dedicated Yoga with Adriene follower during the first lockdown of 2020. Previously a must-try harder recipient of school PE reports, there was, for my older and more curious self, something about this movement and breathing that offered wisdom and insight. It would be some time before I came to know and understand a little of what I was sensing in this embodied space, which over time became increasingly valuable in navigating a tricky period. We're all used to listening to and responding to our bodies. We tend to a headache with a cool glass of water or a niggly back with some gentle stretching. You may be attuned to noticing and listening deeply to those with whom we think and work. We may intentionally use breathing techniques or movement to bring focus, coherence, or shift state. But how often do we listen really deeply to the wisdom offered by our incredible bodies? And how might this offer insight and be transformative? In Sand and Foam, Khalil Gibran writes, "When you reach the end of what you should know, you'll be at the beginning of what you should sense." I think that here Gibran uses the word should not in the sense of obligation or advice, but in the sense of probability or even expectation. If so, living and working with an expectation that our bodies have valuable wisdom to offer becomes very exciting. If we are whole human becomings who use the wisdom of the whole, body, mind and spirit, the relationship between our sensing, feeling and knowing surely becomes symbiotic, which, evolving creatively and organically, builds momentum into further sensing, feeling and knowing explorations. Being closely attentive to our whole selves, noticing, for example, when, where and how we sense things, enables us to dive more deeply into our intuition and wisdom for even greater clarity and fully aligned knowing. Our action is then an expression of our deepest selves, authentic, integrated and motivated. In The Prophet on Talking, Gibran writes, "For thought is a bird of space, that in a cage of words may indeed unfold its wings, but cannot fly." So I gift you these small thought seeds for growing. May our breathing, sensing and moving fully inform our doing, that we may embrace life in all its fullness and fly.
If you've enjoyed what you've heard today, we'd love you to share the podcast with a friend or leave a comment on social media. And if you'd like to become a regular at the Coaching Inn, you can subscribe on Podbean and all major podcast channels. We look forward to welcoming you next time. You've been listening to The Coaching Inn, 3D Coaching's virtual pub. For more information, check out 3dcoaching.com.